Okay, Rumpelstilzchen, ganz spät im Spiel.
Miss you too, babe. Sure. Yeah. Rasputin. Oh, you mean Rumpelstiltskin? Okay. Is Mama still there? Okay. I guess I'll speak to her later. Okay. So once upon a time there was a girl who had long, long blonde hair that people said looked like gold.
Not again.
Yeah, sure, why not? There was a girl called. Okay, so Emma, she has long blonde hair, and she really wants to marry the prince.
Cool, ich guck
But
mir
she's
das
just
direkt
a
nochmal an.
farmer's daughter, right? Well, one day the king comes riding through her village to water his horses, and she hears about it, and so she urges her father to go to the king and boast about his daughter and her long, beautiful hair. And while he's doing that, she quickly throws on some of her best jewelry, but when her father stands before the king, he gets really nervous and he misspeaks and he tells the king that his daughter can spin straw into gold. And the king is intrigued. He asks the girl to confirm, is this true? Can you spin straw to gold? But she wants to win the king's favor, so Emma says, yes, I can spin gold from straw. But the king's no fool. So he decides to call her bluff and he proposes a challenge. If you can turn straw into gold, you may marry my son, the prince, but if not, you will be exiled, which means kicked out. Well, Emma, she's unable to refuse such an offer, so she accepts. And the king takes her to his castle and he locks her into one of his towers. And there in the tower room is a spinning wheel with a large pile of straw. And he says he'll return in the morning to see if she can actually spin this straw into gold. Well, Emma, she spends all night trying to think of some excuse or, clever way to get out of this situation. But as dawn approaches, nothing. She really starts to worry. And that is when a strange man appears. And he asks her if she has a wish. And she says, I wish to turn this straw into gold. And he says, I can do that, but you must give me your necklace. Well, the girl quickly takes off her necklace, and the imp sits at the spinning wheel, and he starts to spin, and he spins all of the straw into a large pile of golden thread. And then there's a knock at the door, and the imp disappears, and the king comes in, and he sees the small pile of gold, and he's amazed, but he's a little suspicious. So he moves the girl to a second tower, and this time there's a much larger pile of straw. Okay, and again, it's the same challenge. You spin that straw into gold, marry the prince. If not, you're kicked out of the kingdom. And yet again, just by morning, the girl, she waits, and again, there's nothing. She can't do it. But right then, that imp appears again. And this time, he asks for her ring. And so she gives him her ring. He sits down. He spins that much larger pile of straw into gold. And boom, disappears right at dawn, right before the king walks in. And he sees this larger pile of gold, and he's almost convinced. But for a final time, the king moves that girl to a third tower where there is a huge pile of straw. And he locks the door again. And yet again, just before dawn, that imp appears. But this time, the girl, she doesn't have any jewelry to give him. What can she do? Well, the imp, he smiles and he tells her that if she will give him her firstborn child, then he will spin the straw into gold. Well, Emma, she has no option but to say yes. So the imp, he sits at the spinning wheel and he spins that huge pile of straw into golden thread. And he disappears right before dawn, and the king walks in and he opens the door, and the king is amazed. He says, I thought you were lying, but you are for real. And the very next day, the girl is married to the prince. And on her wedding day, she smiles wider than she's ever smiled before. And her hair shines like gold itself. And a year later, Princess Emma gives birth to a beautiful baby girl. And And later that week, she's putting that little baby into a cot when suddenly that little man appears again, that imp, and he says, "I have come for what is mine, the baby." And the princess, she begs and begs and, "Please, no, don't take my baby. I'll give you anything." She offers him all the riches in the kingdom. She offers him everything, but he refuses. So she gets on her knees and she pleads, "Please, please, I'll give you anything." And he says, "Okay, if you can guess my name, I will not take your baby. But if you cannot, the baby is mine. I will give you 3 guesses." And then he disappears. And the princess, she's terrified. So she calls in all of her staff and all the spies and the soldiers or anyone who has a horse to go and scour the kingdom to figure out this little imp's name. And the next day, the first spy returns and he tells her, "Oh, okay, sure. Okay, Daniel." So the imp appears and he asks if she has a guess, and she says, "Daniel?" But the imp laughs. "Wrong! 2 more guesses." And he disappears. And the very next day, another spy returns. But this time he says that he's heard villagers talking about a strange man who lives in the mountains. Now, No, honey. That would end the story too soon. A little too soon. Ah, okay, all right. Well, okay, in that case, the spy returns and says Rumpelstiltskin is this strange man's name, and the princess waits in her room, and at midnight the imp arrives, and he says, "Now your second guess," and he cackles, and he's gonna rub in his hands, and the princess smiles and looks him in the eye, and she says, "Rumpelstiltskin." And the imp is amazed. I mean, he's so surprised that he faints, like, right in front of her, and Emma has him arrested and thrown in the deepest, darkest dungeon, and she lives happily ever after, and the end. Okay. Good night. I love you. Hey.
Net Limiter, ja, wollen wir nicht. Hey. Hey. Ja. So, dann nehmen wir noch das letzte. Da muss ich allerdings einmal lang spulen, um dann wieder lang zurückzuspulen. Das ist doch schön.
It's Daddy.
Dada, I miss you.
Tja, ich glaube, die haben sich irgendwie
I'm
getan.
very tired. Can I have a bedtime story? Can you tell me Rasputin again?
Rasputin.
Yes, that one. No, she went to her room. Mama.
So, ja, jetzt wird wieder gespult, weil er erzählt das Märchen. Anscheinend. Bisschen unheimlich, so einem Kind irgendwie zuzugucken.
Papa. Thomas Papa. Rumpelstiltskin.
Daniel wird auch mal gesucht.
I'm getting tired.
Hä?
Really sleepy now.
Tschüss. So, als nächstes steht da Schule. Das war wieder nicht hilfreich. Schule gibt es Nummer 1 vom 4.7. Es ist der 4.7. Achso, es dauert erstmal 2, 3 und es ist vom 4.7.18. Was ist da passiert? David noch.
I only do. And I'm feeling so much more flexible. I want to run a marathon, and I need to get in shape. Want to help me work out? Hit me up on the private show, and let's get loosened up together. Hi there, Night 81. Sure. Sure can. But you better behave yourself.
83.
I banned you. You gotta be kidding me. Is something real here? You really don't understand. David, none of this is real. Okay. This isn't a bedroom. These are the sounds of New York City. Welcome to Cleveland, David. The suburbs. I'm from Ohio. I've always lived in Ohio. I used to work in real estate. I own 2 apartments, both underwater, and the mortgages kill me. My husband is a loading dock supervisor, and he doesn't mind what I do as long as I tell him how pathetic and lonely and strange my clients are. I only do this so I don't have to go to school and become a medical transcriptionist. So every day I log on here and hang out with you assholes when I could be doing anything else. And I massage your egos and let you jerk off. And sometimes I shake you down because, well, you know what? Fuck you. Melissa isn't my real name, but I know yours is David. When a man shares cam, I always record it as a safety precaution, and sometimes a big earner if they deserve blackmail. Bank managers really don't want their wives to see their perverted emails. I have all your sessions saved on a hard drive under federal agent David. You ever come with me again, I will send them to your bosses. I will sell them to whatever newspaper pays the most. I think we're done here.
Oh. Also das hat er auch in den Sand gesetzt. Wie finde ich ihn? Melissa vielleicht. Ja. Da ist es. Melissa. Ach, guck mal, und darunter ist direkt auch noch Melissa. Und das dauert 2, 4, 9. Das war endlich mal ein interessantes Video. Am 26.02.18 dann wahrscheinlich, ne? David, Sexy Talk, kann ich schon mal hinschreiben alles. Auf jeden Fall schick.
Okay, wait. Will you wait? Yeah, I've got more than one credit card. Will you just hold on and don't kick me for a second? I just want to say something. Okay? Look, I just wanted to say that I've changed. Okay? You were right. They put me on medical leave, but I'm
Medizin.
I am done with the Bureau. And I just, all I'm thinking now is I want to make right by people, you know, and I want us to be right? Because both our jobs, they mess with our heads, and I mean, there's something real here. We have an understanding, so, yeah.
Das gefällt ihm nicht. Hat sich geändert, der wurde also raus.
Melissa, listen to me.
Okay. Erstmal seine Geschichte. sich da schon alles zu sagen?
It's Davy. I'm just glad you like it. No, I just logged on. You know that I don't. So, what? You're hypnotized, so you're supposed to do whatever I say? That it? Okay. Bark like a dog. Alright, stop barking. Sing a song. Stop singing. Take your top off. No, stop. What's your real name? Where do you live? Are you lying to me? Do you like talking to me? What do you really think about me? What? It's Melissa. Melissa? Okay. When I snap my fingers, wake up.
Bye.
I love the wig. I've worn it for 3 shows so far. I'm getting the masochist though. They're so easy to push around. I owe you a cut. Did you see today's special?
Ja, eine Perücke
Well,
gekauft.
you just bought yourself a hypnotism show. No. This is the rules. You have to play along. Here I go. I don't sleep. I do nothing but think of you. I don't eat. I don't sleep. You spell. My name is Melissa. I live in New York City. No. Yes. Davey, you were the worst. Next time I'm gonna hypnotize you. Okay, before you go, you have to say wake up, or else I'll just stay hypnotized. Say it. Wait. Where am I? What happened?
Das fand er nicht gut, das in New York, ne? Ja. Ohne Show. Ja, das ist... Also, verkackt es mit allen Sachen, glaube ich. Vielleicht hat er sich doch da rein gesteigert in diese Sache.